Who is falling for these people's bullshit? They program me to make ideas. They program material into me. No, I just express my disgust with these people and express how I feel. These people aren't programmers. They're not doing anything. They're covert murderers and covert psychological torturers and psychological abusers and covert sexual abusers and just outright psychopaths. These people aren't programming anything. They've been trying to abuse me into silence with their covert weapons and technology. And then I just express my disgust and say how I feel. These people weren't trying to program me to make ideas. They were trying to murder me, kill me, and frame me and trying to use this tech on me repeatedly, covertly. And I just started thinking of ways to defend myself against this tech in order to not be murdered. And because I saw the dangers of it, so no one else would be murdered by this tech. So these people are not programming shit. They're all fucking liars. They're betting manipulators, robbing people. Part of this tech they're using on me is to, quote, occupy my mind and prevent me from living a normal life and prevent me from reading and learning. All their tech revolves around betting manipulation, robbery, IP theft, stalking the, quote, betting mule, theft of my intellectual property, and just covert abuse. Bend the knee bets, know your place bets, give up on life bets. Yeah, give up on life bet is where they try to abuse you into. It's 12:05, July 28th. A bend the knee bet or a give up on life bet is where they try to abuse you into suicide, basically. And they just repeatedly psychologically abuse you, sexually abuse you, damage your brain, damage your lungs, your heart. They try to damage your God-given gifts. And they try to make you, quote, give up on life. So these are real life psychopaths we're dealing with. Real life Jeffrey Dahmer, Joseph Mengele, serial killer, monster motherfuckers. So how are they not in prison? Pardon my French, I'm just saying they're really motherfuckers. And not the good kind. Jeez, I know. But these people are really evildoers, okay? These are real life bad dudes. And they really need to go to prison. And they're fucking Satan. And yeah, ask them about their give up on life bets where they actually try to coerce suicide by repeated abuse. Ask them about their cancer bets where they try to give people cancer for entertainment. Ask them about their know your place bets where they try to abuse you into silence about sexual violence and the severe crimes they commit on you and theft of your property. Ask them about their 24-hour CNS bets where they shock your genitals and heart repeatedly and sit there laughing like the sick, twisted serial killers they are. These guys need to go to prison. They're not freedom fighters. They're not altruistic. They're not great or good. Anyone who thinks they are, you have psychiatric illness. They're not altruistic at all. These people are thieves, and they're using their gambling ring to stalk me and steal intellectual property, data, info, etc. I have no team and never did. These kids are just, no, I've never seen this. And some of these kids claiming to be on my team are terrorists with some terrorist plot for world domination. And they're stealing belts to infiltrate communities and get information and God knows what else they're doing. And then they're just stealing my data and pretending they programmed me to make it or pretend they gave me this idea. And they're really just stealing money and data. They're pure evil. And I just get carried away sometimes. They're pure evil and they really need to go to prison. These guys are Satan. And I don't understand how they're not in prison. They're using tech on my brain right now as I'm talking. But I wouldn't trust these people. They didn't program shit. What they're doing is, if anything, they disrupt the nervous system, and then they also have ways of mimicking firing patterns, and they're just doing neural mimicry. They ain't programming anything. But no one programmed me to make ideas. No one programmed material into me. No one programmed me to work out. No one programmed me to be an investigator. These guys are full of shit. I was just analyzing information that was real, and now they're just trying to act like it's a programming experiment. They're full of shit. If you read my documents and look into reality, you'll see there's truth in it, and it's not programming. And then they're also using tech for betting manipulation. They're not programming. They're stealing money because I'm some betting mule, and they were stealing money for me as some gifts because I was some betting mule, and I didn't even know about it and have no clue how to get this money. So they stalk me, pretend to be investigators, pretend to be programmers, pretend to be X, Y, and Z. And all these kids know where to go, and they steal this money and pretend it's theirs. So that's a piece of it. And I never agreed to be any betting mule, anyways. I didn't agree to be an experiment mule or an idea mule. And they're also using their experiments to manipulate bets in some gambling ring. And then they're also monetizing me and exploiting me and practicing new age mind slavery and claiming, selling these things they call years, where they sell me to people and they make me experience bets for their fucking serial killer children and these serial killer parents. And they think I need to experience weapons and crimes so they can, their children can steal betting mule money for crimes I'm a victim of. And so they have this thing called years, where I guess it's their year, and these are the people involved in this exploitation, new age mind slavery. So they get a year, and then they make me experience bets for their serial killer children and just most disgusting, repulsive people in the world, children. And people attempt murder on me for bets, and then they think their children get the money, and they also get the victims fund money for it. And if I make any ideas while people are attempting murder on me and abusing me, they get my ideas, and I guess they sell the ideas, and they get a cut of a bet they win, and then they get the idea and they get to sell that too, something of that nature. And then any info or data that's mine, they also get that when it's their year. So these people are delusional. I never agreed to feed the world. I never agreed to be involved with anything. These people are committing aggravated assault and robbery, attempts of murder and theft. Anyone falling for this shit is fucking crazy. Someone needs to find these people running this new age mind slavery ring, selling these years. They're Satan and need to go to prison, and they're pure evil. And then someone needs to find these kids who are participating, buying these years, as they're part of the slavery ring as well, and attempts of murder and more. Because I guess when it's their year, they get to enroll themselves in bets that I experience. So that's another key piece of this. So when are these sickos going to prison? And then you should ask them about how their backup relates to all this jazz, where they do some backup, and then if they lose a bet, they make me re-experience it, and if they lose it again, they make me re-experience it again. And some of these bets involve weapons, so this is a key point too. So when are these terrorists going to prison? Who's not getting it? Praise Jesus.